Why have young people in Japan stopped having sex? Sure makes for a good headline, doesn't it? A recent article from The Guardian has gained a fair amount of attention by pairing that headline with some equally alarming statistics. Among them, half of dating age people in Japan are single. 45% of women 16 to 25 were not interested in or despised sexual contact. A third of people younger than 30 have never dated anyone, and nearly 90% of women who aren't married don't plan on getting hitched. Perhaps not a surprise coming from a country with an entire industry devoted to pairing lonely Japanese men with virtual girlfriends. Dubbed celibacy syndrome, the apparent growing loss of interest in sex in Japan is due in part, some say, to the thinking among many Japanese women that putting marriage and family first could jeopardize their careers. And it's said to have an effect on Japan's looming population crisis. How's this for a statistic? In 2012, more adult diapers were sold in Japan than baby diapers. The implication is for every retired person in the country, there are fewer working-age taxpayers. Unless the trend is reversed, Japan's population is set to shrink dramatically. Its population of 126 million is on track to plunge one-third by 2060. That being said, the data and the way it's been presented by The Guardian have attracted a good deal of skepticism. As Slate's Joshua Keating points out, what's lacking from the conversation is a global perspective because, in reality, Japan is simply facing a more acute version of a trend the rest of the world is also experiencing. Take this study from the Pew Research Center. It found 75% of Americans not in a romantic relationship are currently not looking for one, a much higher percentage than can be said for Japan. And marriage rates are dropping in the U.S., too. A majority of Americans between 25 and 34 have never married. Most notably, birth rates are falling pretty much everywhere. But is a lack of interest in sex to blame? A writer for Kotaku says there are many explanations for Japan's apparent dry spell: a changing family structure, harsh immigration policies, and the rising costs of raising a family, to name a few. This is incredibly complex and nuanced stuff. Simply writing it off as, oh, well, Japanese people don't have sex, seems to dehumanize an entire country. For Newsy, I'm Elizabeth Hagedorn, multiple sources, a broader view.